Okay, we are live. Just gonna wait a few minutes to see who logs in, and you can go ahead and type your questions and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. So this is kind of different, right? I've never done this, so I'm kind of also testing out the technology here. But if you have a question, please go ahead and type your question. Sometimes if you see me like give somebody the side eye or do like this, it's because I am doing this live from my house. So someone in my family might walk into the video or my cat might try to get my attention. But I'm here and I'm listening. So if you have any question regarding immigration, go ahead and type it in and I will answer as soon as I can. I'm testing it out. So right now I'm doing this on my cell phone, but I have my computer up to go ahead and take a look at all of the questions. So I see quite a few people on. Hello, all the way from Jamaica. Cheryl, Matilda Lucas is online. Quite a few people are here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate that. I'm pretty excited. So it's your time. If you have a question about what's going on with immigration, go ahead and type your question and I will answer it for you. Don't be shy. Okay, someone says, hey, I think you should introduce yourself to the audience, so I will go ahead and do that. My name is Bridget Bennett, Attorney B, as many of you know me. I've been practicing immigration law for the last almost 9 years. This is something that I'm very passionate about. I love working with all the clients. I love working with my team at the Bennett Law Center. It's now a total of about 17 of us at the Bennett Law Center, working very hard on your cases, and it's just an absolute joy and delight to go into the office and to work on cases, talk to people, and really help people to attain the American dream. Bennett Law Center was certainly not something that I planned, but the Lord had other plans for my life. So this is where I find myself, and it's awesome. I've gotten to know a lot of people this way. So thank you for tuning in to our very first Facebook Live show. A lot of people gave me ideas for the name, and at the end we decided to go with Immigrants Bridge Show. So, you know, I'm hoping that I can really be a resource. I can be, so to speak, the bridge to help you all transition from perhaps the American nightmare into the American dream. So that is what we do at the Bennett Law Center. And I really hope that I can answer some questions. So don't be shy, everyone. If you see me looking down, it's just because I am reading the comments and questions that are coming in. So no one has any questions. Okay, so we got our first question. Yay, I'm so excited. So one question is, has the coronavirus hindered the immigration process? Can paperwork still be filed? Hey, Erica. So the answer is yes and no. The coronavirus has impacted quite a bit of the immigration process. However, hindered doesn't mean stop. So for example, the place that has been hit most by the coronavirus is anything that requires an in-person appointment. So I'm going to separate that into two different categories. The first category would be immigration interviews. So many of you are familiar with the fact that most people, particularly in marriage-based situations, they have to go to a local immigration field office to complete an immigration interview. So all of those interviews have been stopped. So people that are affected, it could be a spouse filing for another spouse, a child filing for a parent filing for a child, and so forth. Those interviews have all been canceled. So our office has noticed lots of interview cancellations. Another area that's been hit pretty hard is citizenship. So we have quite a bit of citizenship applications pending, and they were scheduled, many of them were scheduled for either March or April. Those have also been canceled. If you need to do biometrics, fingerprints, those appointments have also been canceled. So yes, the coronavirus has taken its impact on immigration. However, that doesn't mean that immigration has completely stopped. So in our office, we are taking on lots of new cases. People are still progressing. And because a lot of people are actually afraid of starting an immigration process, I really think this is an amazing time to go ahead and get started with your immigration case. So a lot of people aren't filing. So if you can get your paperwork in now, this is a great time. We've seen an uptick in getting decisions today. I got like 3 work permits in the mail, 1 green card, lots of approvals that came in a much shorter time than we anticipated. So even though certain things in immigration have stopped, the immigration offices, they're still working in the background, just like we are. Another place where you'll see a big impact from COVID will be in the area of the immigration courts. So lots of our hearings have been canceled. Unfortunately, some of those hearings were scheduled like 2 years ago. And so you can imagine the devastation our clients are feeling. They've been waiting for 2 years to get their case heard before an immigration judge. And if it was scheduled last month and this month, those cases have all been canceled. So the courts are seeing a major impact. However, detained cases, so if you have a loved one that is in immigration detention, those cases are moving forward because, of course, you're in a detained setting. So that's kind of how immigration has been impacted by the virus. Hey guys, I see lots of people. Oh, okay, I have an interesting question here. Some of the essential workers are undocumented. Working on farms or industries that have continued to run, can this be a possible pathway to citizenship? That's a tough question to answer. Unfortunately, even though many of the clients we serve are essential workers and many of them are undocumented, unfortunately, this does not create a pathway for a work permit or a green card or eventually citizenship. So it's pretty unfortunate. You know, we pray every day for all of the essential workers that have to continue working, but that is an area where there has been no executive order or legislation that has been proposed to help essential workers in this way. That was a great question. I am still searching through the comments to see if there are any questions that I have missed. So keep those questions coming, guys. The other area where immigration people need to understand is that ICE is still working. So ICE is still picking people up, and you really still need to be very, very careful if you are undocumented at this time. Because like I said, the majority of the immigration industry is still at work. So the problems don't go away. And I still do think this is a great time to get started with a case if you have an option. since less people are applying because they're, thinking, oh, well, I'll just wait until COVID passes, or I'll wait until, I'm 100% sure I can start. A lot of people are not applying, but I think this is a fantastic opportunity to where people can actually get in the line and maybe get a faster result because there are less cases that need to be processed. All right, did I miss any questions? Anyone else have any other questions, please? I see so many people logging on. Jose, Tony, Lori, Yessie, Alba. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for checking in. George. Anyone from my team, Bennett Law Center, the BLC crew, have you heard questions that people might have from clients from our office? Anything that you are hearing out there? Go ahead and type in your question. Okay, here's a question from Maxine. If your court date was canceled, are you given a tentative new date? Can ICE pick you up during that period? Well, if your court date was canceled, we have not gotten any new notices for future hearing dates at this point, specifically with the final hearings, the individual hearings. So no, we don't have tentative dates. Unfortunately, I think we're probably going to be another 2 years to wait to get caught up. So that is definitely not a great impact on our already overloaded immigration court system. So I can think of one of my clients, we've been waiting so long for this final date, and his date actually had been changed for other reasons in the past, and now I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to wait another 2 or more years to get a final court date because the courts are gonna be more backlogged. During that time, you're still liable to be picked up if you break the law, you're in violation. So those things have not changed. And if you do have a way forward to getting a work permit, getting a green card, it's definitely a good time to go ahead and get started. Another question from George here. Has ICE made any changes to their detaining policies to help those detained from being exposed to the coronavirus? That's probably a little bit more of a political question, but unfortunately, no. Just like in other detained settings, so if it's a jail, people are still in jail. If it's a prison, people are still in prison. So there really haven't been any changes. For example, one thing that ICE has done that I know of across the country is if people are actively reporting, they're not going inside the building, they can just show a letter. They can just show that they've presented themselves, and they will get a letter for a later date. So that is actually something positive for people that report every month, every 2-3 months, every 6 months. Those people are not having to actually go inside the ICE facility. So that's really fantastic. One person here is asking, Richard is asking, where can individuals start the process with you? Can this be done virtually? So basically all 17 of us, we are working from home. Our office policy is 85% and 15%. So the majority of the work that we're able to do is virtually. So we have all of our team members working from home. As you can see, I am at home. But people can still start because we are able to do a lot of things online. We've been very blessed with that. So there's no reason not to be able to. So instead of meeting in person for your first time consultation, I have been doing Zoom Zoom chats, so that's kind of interesting, and that's new. But it's kind of neat, you know. It's something that I'm getting used to. I'm such a people person that I thought it would have been like, this is gonna suck. But it's actually been cool for the people that I'm able to connect with via Zoom, via teleconference. So we're still taking cases, and the majority of the process can be done virtually. We do things by mail. One thing that immigration has done is that they're now allowing for photocopies of signatures. So for example, in the past, you'd need what's called a wet signature. So that's the original signature on your packet. However, ICE is, DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, is now allowing us, if a client scans their application that's signed or any documentation that's signed, they will accept that. But we will keep a copy of the original in the file in case in the future immigration requests it. So things like signatures, they can be faxed over, scanned over, and that's not a big deal for immigration. So we're definitely able to work virtually at this point. Okay, so I've answered quite a bit of questions in English, but there are people here that only speak Spanish. So if you guys don't mind, let me take a few questions that are in Spanish. So y'all know I do speak Spanish, but it's probably closer to like Mexican Spanglish. So definitely bear with me for that, okay? So are there any questions in Spanish out there? Let me see if I missed any questions that came through in Spanish. Well, I can answer some of the things that we've been talking about in Spanish. So, una de las preguntas es si cómo afecta los casos el virus. So, en el mundo de inmigración todo está funcionando. Con la excepción de las cortes. So, si tiene una corte en Orlando o en cualquier lugar, la mayoría de los casos está cancelado por el momento. No tenemos nuevas citas, pero imagino que va a recibir otra cita en otros 2 años, porque ahora las cortes están muy atrasadas. En otras partes de inmigración, si tiene que reportar con ICE, entonces usted tiene que presentar todavía, pero no tiene que entrar y hablar con un oficial de ICE. So, si usted presenta a la puerta, ellos van a dar otra cita. Eso es solamente si está reportando con ICE, ¿ok? Por favor, no para ir a sus citas con ICE, es muy importante, ¿ok? En otras partes de inmigración regular, ellos están dando otras citas si tiene cita por matrimonio o por su ciudadanía. Todo está cancelado también, pero puede presentar con otras citas cuando tenemos fechas. Yo pienso que ahora es bueno tiempo para comenzar un caso, porque la mayoría de la gente está diciendo, pues el virus está aquí, yo quiero esperar después. So, imagino eso, la mayoría de la gente está diciendo que no va a comenzar un caso, pues por mí es perfecto momentito para comenzar su caso. Porque inmigración todavía está trabajando en los casos. So, aquí en mi oficina tenemos respuestas más rápido. So, yo pienso que hoy es la día. Si usted tiene posibilidad para comenzar un caso, es mi recomendación que usted comience su caso. Otras preguntas. Otras preguntas. Ok. So, una persona está preguntando, ok, si estoy interesado, yo puedo comenzar un caso ahora, ¿cómo está funcionando todo? Pues todo mi equipo, 17 personas, estamos trabajando en casa. So, ahora estoy en mi casa y todo mi equipo también. So, estamos disponibles para hacer su caso de nuestras casas. No es necesario presentar todo en persona. Por technology ahora puede hacer su caso por el internet, por fax, puede scan y mándanos los papeles. So, no es tan difícil. Es simplemente que le gusta tener citas en persona con la gente porque le gustamos la gente. Pero por el momento no podemos hacer eso. Pero obviamente en el futuro podemos reunir en persona. All right, throw me some more questions, guys. I hope that you have more questions. One thing I think is that everyone just has to have some patience, both with not just our office, but with other attorneys that are now working remotely. Have patience with immigration, even though they are something else, I could tell you that much. But this is something that's new and unprecedented for everyone. So, you know, sometimes it's just hard. You know, I was a little nervous about the technology for tonight because I'm like, oh my God, what if my internet goes down? What if this? What if my fat cat comes and, you know, unplugs my my setup? What if he wants to sit on my computer? You know, all these things you might see. I think you saw my son walking into the kitchen. So these are unprecedented times, you know, where in the past it might not have been so professional to have a kid walk in the background or a pet, but now it's a little bit different, right? So let's just have patience with each other. I think the most important thing is that we get through this time together. And immigration, like I said, we have gotten cases resolved much faster. So it's amazing to me that cases that we filed in December, we've been getting approvals within 3 to 4 months. So I think this is a great time to go ahead and get your case started, because a lot of people out of fear will not file their cases right now. But if you have an opportunity, you can certainly get started, and maybe you'll get a faster decision since there's less work going into the system. Let's see. Oh, someone is asking, hello, how do I get an appointment? You can get an appointment by calling us at 352-557-8989. So that's the number for our office, and we'll type it into the comment field. If you want to get an appointment, and again, this is not going to be an in-person appointment. I've been doing all of my consultations via Zoom, and we'd be talking just like this. I can see you and you can see me. So very different format, but I've been taking appointments that way. Someone else asked, Inmigración, are they still working on some cases? Yes, just like I've said, immigration, they are definitely still working on cases. The major places that we've seen impacts are at the point of in-person meetings. So for example, again, if you had an appointment scheduled for your citizenship, they are canceling all of those. If you had a green card interview for a family member, a spouse, a child, a parent, those are also canceled. If you have fingerprints appointments, those are also canceled. But the nice thing is, we've all been receiving letters that immigration is actually reusing old fingerprints. So even though, you know, you're not going to have to go and redo your fingerprints, they're still able to process cases. So definitely immigration's working, and we want to work too. So if you have an opportunity to schedule a consultation, Miss Daphne is awesome. She's on here right now. I think she just dropped in our numbers. you can go ahead and contact us, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about your case. One thing that you will know from me is that I will tell you the truth. So if after speaking with you, you have the opportunity to move forward with your case, I will tell you. If after speaking with me, you have absolutely no shot in hell of winning a case, I will tell you that too. And that's something that's very important. I don't want people to get taken advantage of during this time. So whoever you decide to work with, make sure that that person is a reputable attorney that is licensed to practice immigration law. Please, please, please don't go to notarios for them to tell you, oh, I can get you this, I can get you that. Coronavirus, now you can apply for a green card because of the coronavirus. Those things are not true. And I don't want people to get taken advantage of through services such as notarios or other types of paralegal services. Lo que estoy diciendo es que si usted quiere comenzar o tiene la oportunidad para tener un caso, es muy importante para comenzar, pero no quiero que otras personas como que no son abogados tomen advantage de la gente, ¿ok? No puede obtener un permiso, no puede obtener residencia por el coronavirus. No hay una nueva ley, nada así. ¿Ok? So, es importante que usted tiene una consultación con un abogado o una abogada que tiene buena reputación a decir la verdad. Como yo explico siempre en mi oficina, si usted tiene un caso que yo pienso que podemos ganar, yo voy a decir. Si usted no tiene un caso y no hay ninguna manera que usted puede arreglar, yo voy a decir. So, si usted quiere entender, ok, si yo tengo un caso o no tiene caso, yo voy a decir. Usted necesita una respuesta honesta. Y eso yo puedo decir. Any other questions? Let's see. In the comments, did I miss anything? Anyone from my team, did I miss anything? Oh, one thing I can share with you, we have some exciting news. An amazing opportunity became available. A very good friend of mine from law school. We sat next to each other in law school for 3 years, and we've become very, very good friends. She is moving on to do amazing things, and she and I had worked together over the last 6 months to really think about this decision. But as of March 1st, the Bennett Law Center has purchased or acquired the King Law Center, which is located on Conroy in Dr. Phillips. This office is led by attorney John, and there are 2 paralegals there, Yari and Felipe. And they now represent the business arm of the Bennett Law Center. So in the past, where I didn't take on any cases relating to business or investment, we are now able to do that through our Orlando office. So I've been working with this new team for the last 3.5 months, and they are dynamic. They are so sharp. They are just amazing people. So I am truly, truly blessed to now have 2 offices, not only our Groveland main office with our team of 14 people, but also we now have another office location in Dr. Phillips with 3 additional staff members. So this is really exciting. So, you know, Corona is definitely not stopping us growing and doing amazing things. So we're now able to serve people. If you are an employer and you're interested in, for example, helping one of your employees, we can do that too. If you got $1 million that you'd like to invest in the United States in an EB-5 to get your green card, we can do that too. If you are in a profession that we can apply for a natural interest waiver because we really want people like you here, so doctors, lawyers, professionals, pilots. We just took on a case for a pilot. We can do all of those cases. So there's still a lot of exciting things that's happening, and I can't believe I didn't really share that news. But because you have joined us here today on our first Immigrants Bridge live show, you are the first to know about this acquisition. So not only are we able to do family cases, humanitarian cases, asylum, removal defense, deportation defense, we're also able to do business immigration cases as well. So if you know an employer that is interested in helping their employees, we might have some options available through that way as well. Let's see. Any other questions? Come on, guys. I got a few more minutes. I'm so excited doing this. It's kind of weird, but tell me what you got. Let me look. Thank you for all the congratulations. I appreciate that. For some reason, I don't know, it's not showing me all of the questions. Well, I think we did good for the first show, the first half an hour. So again, I will be doing this probably for the next few months as people are really looking for immigration. I will share with you any news about immigration that I get for the day. And of course, I am here to answer any questions that you might have. If you or anyone you know would like to make a consultation, you can absolutely call our rock star receptionist, Miss Daphne, and our number is 352-557-8989. If I did not get to your question today, certainly I will be back here from 7 to 7:30 tomorrow. And please do share this information. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions, might not be able to afford a full consultation, but if they're general enough questions, I can absolutely answer that. And we are open for business, and we would be very, very happy to help you in any way that we can. Por mi otros clientes, estamos muy felices que tenemos otra oficina en Orlando. Esa oficina está dedicado a los negocios. So, si ustedes saben de un patrón que quiere ayudar en mi oficina en Orlando, podemos hacer algo en esa oficina. So, no sé si usted tiene preguntas sobre negocios, pero en mi oficina ahora con 17 personas en mi equipo, podemos dar otras opciones de inmigración. So, si tiene más preguntas, más específicamente, por favor, darnos una llamada a 352-557-8989. Todavía estamos abiertos. Todo el equipo está trabajando por casa. So, ahora estoy en mi casa y todo el equipo está en casa también. Y podemos ayudar por fax, por email, por correo. So, ahora todo está bien. Toda la gloria a Dios que, todavía tenemos trabajo y no estamos muy afectados por el virus. So, gracias a Dios y gracias por su tiempo. Y cualquier cosa necesita, dígame, ¿ok? Y por favor, estamos aquí mañana a la misma tiempo, a las 7 de la tarde, lunes a viernes. So, por favor, dice a otras personas que ese servicio es disponible. Okay? All right, I think that's all I got, y'all. If I did not get to your question, I apologize. I will go through the questions to make sure that I gave answers to everything. I'll try to do that in English and Spanish. With the expansion of our office, we now have a Chinese speaker and we also have a Portuguese speaker. So if you have questions in Chinese or Portuguese, go ahead and drop them into the comment box, and we will definitely be able to answer those questions as well. I love you guys. Thank you for joining in our first Immigrants Bridge live Facebook show. You're awesome. Thank you.